welcome to Voice in the Alexander Technique. I'm Allison Taylor, and this video is part of the 30-day Constructive Rest Invitation series. In this video, you will have a full Alexander Technique Constructive Rest practice that you can follow along with at home during your 30-day Constructive Rest invitation. You don't need very many materials to take part in this activity. All you need is some space on the floor on which you can lie down, and 1 to 2 paperback books to put under your head, or a folded up blanket or towel for under your head. So let's get started. Come on down to your back. Place your book or towel under your head and have your knees bent so that your feet are flat on the floor. Your hands can be either on your belly or resting at your sides. Take a moment to bring your attention to your whole self. No one part dominating any other part in your awareness. Notice your points of contact with the floor. Notice all of the places where the floor is supporting you. Allow your head to rest on the book, your shoulder blades and lower back and feet to rest. You can allow your eyes to be open with a soft gaze on the ceiling above you. We're keeping your eyes open during this activity as a way to cultivate presence, alertness, and connection to your whole self, while staying aware of your environment and aware of the present moment. Be aware of how your breath is moving you today. Perhaps you can feel the movement under your hands, against the floor, and against your clothing. If your thoughts are busy or start to wander, simply bring them back to this video with the intention of returning your awareness to your whole self. Notice if there are areas in your system that feel scrunched or held in any way. And see if you can bring an intention of release, of expansion, of letting go to those areas. Continue to return your attention to your whole self, including the support of the floor underneath you, as though the floor is rising up to support you, and you are meeting the floor through your contact points. Allow the neck to be free of any scrunching. For this moment, you have no agenda, no emails to send, no texts to return. So you can allow the neck and shoulders to rest, to undo, to unscrunch. The allowing is just that. It's not a doing. In fact, it's a non-doing, a non-effort, a non-muscular effort. It's the absence of trying, the absence of doing. I wish to allow my neck to be free so that my head can also be free from pulling or tightening. I wish to allow my neck to be free so that my head can release away from the top of my spine and allow my head to be supported by the books. Allowing my neck to be free so that my head can be released, so that my whole spine can lengthen and the torso can widen. This lengthening and widening come about by letting go of unnecessary doing or holding. The lengthening and widening and deepening through my torso are the result of me getting out of the way. They are the result of me not interfering with my natural, voluminous design. Allow your neck to be free. Invite the head to release away from the top of the spine, which allows, in turn, the whole spine to unravel, to unscrunch, and the torso to widen, broaden, and deepen as a result. Come back to your whole self, supported by the ground. And just simply be for a moment. How free is my neck? How free is my head at the unlocking joint of the atlanto-occipital joint? How free is my torso? Allow the feet to gently release to the floor, allowing space and opening through the ankle joints, simply by unscrunching through the feet and legs. We allow freedom in that ankle joint. Simply by letting go through the feet, the calves and thighs, we allow space in the ankle, knee, hip joints. Allow the hips and lower back to undo, undoing the strain of sitting for long periods of time, leaning forward to see a screen, undoing, decompressing through the lower back and hips to allow space in the hip socket. Heels gently releasing to the floor, unscrunching through the feet, opening through the hip, knee, ankles, simply by not interfering, simply by letting go of what you no longer need. Return to your whole self, supported by the floor, in the space of your room. Expanding and gathering with your breath. Unscrunching through the neck, Releasing the head at the atlanto-occipital joint, which allows a lengthening and a decompressing of the spine, and availability of the whole torso, spine, rib cage, pelvis, hips, shoulder girdle. Allowing the hands to unscrunch, to untext, untype. Allowing the palms to be open, the length of the fingers and thumbs. Undoing through the forearms to give space to the joints of the fingers, hands, wrists. Allowing the upper arms to rest on the floor, to undo through the arms, allowing space through the elbow, shoulder girdle. Allowing movement through the collarbones and scapula as your breath moves you. Coming back to your whole self. Supported by the ground in this moment. And contained within your space, your expansive space. Allowing your whole self to expand and gather with your breath. How free is my neck? How free is my head at the atlanto-occipital joint, resting on the book? How free is my spine? How free is my torso? How free are my limbs? Notice what you can see in your space. Allow the visuals to come to you. Without judgment or needing to fix or change, notice the sounds in your space. Allowing all sounds to be a welcome part of your soundscape. Noticing sensation, tactile sensation, your contact with the floor, the air against your skin, your clothes and your hair against your skin. The coolness or texture of the floor, the temperature of the air, maybe you can feel the breath on your upper lip and chin, passing in and out of your body. The dynamic movement of your breath, the dynamic relationship of all of your parts. Neck freeing, head undoing, spine unraveling, knees drawing up and away from your torso, elbows drawing out and away from each other, away from your torso, rib cage moving away from each other, ribs moving away from each other, and back with movement of your breath. simply allowing yourself to be here in your dynamic inner movement, supported by the floor and in your space, of your space, taking up space. Notice how you are in this moment, supported of the space, in your space, taking up space. Awake to your state of being in this moment. And releasing the sound of an SH. As you start to transition to sitting, bring your one foot towards the other foot and move your hips over to one side and roll onto your side using your top hand to push yourself up. When you have your limbs underneath you, you can support yourself to come to sitting. And just notice how you feel. You can use the 30-day constructive rest tracker to jot down a few notes about how you feel before, during, and after this practice. And you can use this video throughout your week and over the next 30 days to support your constructive rest practice. Thanks for joining me. Good luck with your challenge over the next 30 days, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.